Everybody say witches.
Witches.
Just kidding. The what?
The Prince of Darkness.
Satan?
Yeah.
I feel like we're in freaking ghost hunting.
Witches. Can you open your window?
Let's see.
Is it magic proof?
Can I see?
That is the definition of a witch.
This is a witch. This is a witch tree. Alright.
Show you what show.
It's out now. So
If she weighs as much as a duck,
ready?
she's a witch.
Let's get the witchy obnoxiousness out now. So
If she having the time of
you know,
Well,
anything kind of witchy.
well, I've actually heard a story of fucking this one couple that was sleeping up here, and this one chick that was sleeping up here. She just wasn't getting good sleep.
I mean, by my nature, I'm kind of like a skeptical person. Like, I don't believe in religions and stuff like that, so I'm already very skeptical.
And it was said the higher you would get, the closer you would get to the witches, and then, you know, they would curse you.
Like, she had a
Okay.
whole entire, like, bad vibe.
A lot of people can tune into something within themselves, like spiritually.
So do you think that like ghosts and like witches and all this is all here?
Yeah.
All of it.
Oh, definitely. I think this is probably the weirdest town you want.
Yeah.
I do feel like you're a witch.
really.
On Halloween Day,
I don't really believe that like reality is a single like thing where people kind of stitch together their perceptions to sort of like figure out how they think the world is.
and the orbs, you can just see the orbs floating in the air.
We're trying to find out if there's any of that here.
Witches. Lived here my whole life, never seen a witch.
It was crazy. Well, I mean, they were sitting at one bar and they came in because they liked the bartender's energy. And then they came down and sat with me and my husband. And we were just like, we need to talk to you right now. We're just like telling us stuff, and it was just like crazy.
Yeah.
Trickery.
Yes, I'm guessing.
You have to watch out for certain things. See, your thing is about witchcraft, and it says you got to watch out for witchcraft. There are two sides. So it's watch out for people who try to kind of like conceit, like kind of like, what do you call that? They deceive you.
Like stories
Or did
experience?
you actually know?
My name is Mike.
Mike.
So, it's funny, don't ever judge a book by its cover. Some of the most ugliest people have the most beautiful hearts.
Yeah.
And the most beautiful people on the outside have ugly hearts. What really it comes down to is, if you guys have like a decent life and you're not spiritually inclined, you might not ever see it. Because Manitou is like one of the most spiritually charged places around.
Yeah.
It's like highly, just because it's on a gigantic crystal bed. It's on like just so much energy. And people gravitate to it who have energy. I don't want to know about witches. Well, I want to know about them too, because they're pretty damn interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a territory fight. They're bickering with each other and fighting with each other through magic.
Right.
A lot of these witches are against society. They hate it because it's not normal. It's not what was here first.
Right.
All the ones that I met, I was attracted to. I was attracted to them for some reason because they seemed special to me. And the one at the apothecary can't look me in the eyes. She's pretty. Why can't you look me in the eyes? You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. It's not hard. You just lock eyes and talk to people. She cannot look at me. I know when people are bad and they have bad intentions. They can't look me in the eyes. They can't do it. No, some people are really good with their intentions and some are really bad. And some are really good at hiding it. Y'all take care.
You too.
Stay
Thanks so much.
safe. Just be careful.
Yeah,
I'm
you
dead
too.
serious. Be careful. You guys start noticing anything different because you're hanging around these people. You never know what you can catch. It's real business.
I don't have to like start the camera or anything. Just talk to it.
No.
Let's see here. So Anna and I, as I told you, we're sisters, and we started this business about 4 years ago. And,
Comes from it.
And one of our principles is that the blessings of the mother, this is what we say, the blessings of the mother will be visited unto the seventh generation. So the more regenerative practice we can continue with and maintain, we will hopefully have an abundance to leave for generations down the line. We have people come in here from time to time looking for poisonous herbs to do who knows what with, and we quickly shoo them away and let them know we only work with healing herbs here at the apothecary. We've been in situations, in social situations especially, where I've maybe walked away from a conversation and heard somebody say, "Oh, I think those girls are witches," and this happens a lot. And of course, we hear people walking by the shop, witches, witches, and it's almost kind of like a backhanded compliment, because there is such a stigma around witches in society, and thinking, long noses, curled fingers, and warts, but really, historically, witches were wise women. The crones, advisors, plant healers. So really, even being thought of that throughout the years, like I said, it's a bit of a backhanded compliment.
Do you think, though, I know you said you have both been in tune with the dead here and the ghosts, and people call you for this. Do you think that you could go there and
Sarah especially? Sarah has, she's a healer, so she does a lot of energetic work with people and does a lot of things that can clear energies, and she can clear spaces, and she can actually get spirits to cross over to the next side that are very stuck by doing some mantra and some cleansing with sage and that kind of thing, more so than I can. Sarah definitely has more of that power.
And I have since I was a little girl, since I was 3 or 4 years old. So it's been with me for a very long time.
Well, the light and the good and the mother nature and that whole energy type of thing. But so that's kind of what interested me, and that's kind of what we wanted to find out is it as factual as they say it is, and the rumors that fly around?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. A lot of people in this town will tell you it's rumors, and that it was just kind of started by people in the 70s that wanted to attract a certain type of people here. There's rumors that there was Satan worshipers that used to be in this building back in the 70s that used to do all sorts of crazy stuff in the back room here. But I honestly can't speak to whether or not it's fully true.
Really crazy stuff. Yes, really crazy stuff. We've heard stories about a lot of the transients being light beings in disguise. We've heard, we used to park our cars up on Grand Avenue, and we both felt it. We'd walk to our cars at the end of the day, and it was downright creepy. Like you would just feel like somebody was watching you out of their window or something. It was just, so there's definitely things that if you're tuned in, you can sense this place is very haunted. There's no doubt about that. The whole town, it's all over the place. There's books written about it, and like I said, we definitely have a couple of spirits that are in here. Really, people who are looking again for very poisonous plants. And it's like, why?
Well, because some people are using it to cast spells.
Yeah.
That's what some people use herbs for. And to use it to do harm against other people, which is something we absolutely do not promote here. And that's why we will not carry those herbs, because that's not how this is supposed to be used. This is supposed to be used for light. This is supposed to be used for good, to really help people and not do bad things.
But we have had people come in here very specifically gathering herbs with the intention of casting spells. Well, I have one, but I don't want to share it. It's just far too dark.
The one about the little girl, that wasn't that long ago in the history of this town.
Maybe
I think
10 years.
About
12.
15, I think. Somewhere in that range, but I'll tell it. So right up the street here, kind of towards the west end of Manitou, there was a gentleman, and he had his 2 daughters living with him. They were 5 and 7?
No, I think 7 and 10 or
7
something.
and 10, somewhere in those ranges. One night he completely lost it. I mean, completely lost it, and ended up killing the youngest girl in front of her sister, and she ran across the street to get help, and were able to. So that of course they couldn't do anything about the sister that had already been killed, but there is suspicion that he had been tangling with the wrong side of things.
He decapitated her, so it was very evil, very evil.
Yeah. Just out of nowhere. There was no suspicion. There was nothing weird going on. For him to have snapped in the way that he snapped, there's exactly. There's a lot of suspicion that he could have had a spell put on him, or he was messing around with the wrong side of energy, or some darkness got a hold of him, and that's what came of it.
There are two more that are fairly close. But we don't run around and advertise that.
Positive, and it's hard to believe that there's, people who take advantage of it.
Have you ever met a Chandler?
Mhm.
I know a real one. She's incredible. She's incredible. Been to many of her channelings and to listen in all her voices that change is mesmerizing. Now, in your documentary, I can tell you how to do something so simple, and you four can do this.
Okay.
And you can do your past lives. You sit and you be quiet, and you sit across from each other like we were sitting, and you would put your candle in the middle, one candle, and then you're gonna look right into my eyes, and I'm gonna look into yours, and you're gonna concentrate at this chakra. They are looking into mine, I'm looking into theirs, so I
Okay.
can tell them about theirs, and at the same time, they see mine.
Okay.
And I don't do that with very many people. It scares the hell out of them.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
I would imagine.
I've
that's
had
a
4
little
people like not be able to handle it. It's that simple. You just concentrate, and then it happens. Try it. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely.
Think you could direct us in a way to find some more interesting people like yourself?
No, you just must run into them.
Okay. That's what we figured.
It's okay.
Yes. I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy. I didn't imagine it. I saw this. It's that strong.
I literally wanted to cry.
Her face started to change.
Like,
and she was
her eyes got like wider.
What?
And that's
No
as far
way.
as it got, yeah.
And you just stay there. And then soon, you watch the face start changing. And you see everything incredible. People get scared when they do it with me. Sure is now.
You said you felt like something was sitting on your chest, like heavy, like.
Yeah, and I was flipping hot.
And you don't remember any of that?
I don't remember her talking. Like, I remember,
She was like chakras.
literally, I remember chakras, and then since that, I didn't remember anything she said in this video at all.
Okay.
Her eyes were like going outward, and then her, like, this part was like coming in more like narrow, and then like everything else was just like not there. It was, oh my god, we're drinking the same water.
Are you serious?
What the heck?
Put it there.
Okay, literally, look at the water Deborah is drinking right now. Look at my water. It's the same.
Well,
Yeah.
what's
Well, she claimed that
She
she
practices.
was a solitary witch.
yeah. Oh.
And Paige was looking at her, and she started looking at Paige, and Paige said that
This
her,
is literally like the freakiest thing that's ever happened in my life.
like her
I'm not even kidding.
face actually started to change while Paige was looking at her, and it was.
That's happened to me before
It's
too.
freaky.
Yeah.
And then she stopped and she was like, you can stop if you're scared. And I was like, and she was like, that's why we had to stop. I was like, ooh.
Like, wow. So she was kind of doing something.
Yeah.
She told us
we, like,
to
sat
give it
down
a
and
try. She told us to like try to look into our past.
Well,
lives.
I will tell you, when you open up those doors, you can be very vulnerable to outside interferences. So,
And once that
and I
door
would
is open-
recommend you don't go doing what she just told you to do.
No.
So it's very, very real. It's sometimes I feel like people who don't have the mind to handle it are probably the people who don't see it.
Been something that's been around for years and years and years. People have speculated on it. There's always been but I've never seen anybody gather to celebrate witches, any witchcraft things going on. No witchy kind of stuff ever around here.